This week at Interior. Secretary Haaland, Acting Deputy Secretary Laura Daniel Davis, Assistant Secretary for Fish and Wildlife and Parks Shannon Estenos, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Director Martha Williams hosted Biden-Harris administration leaders, policymakers, stakeholders, and intergovernmental partners at Interior this week for the Endangered Species Act Symposium, Saving Life on Earth for the Next 50 Years. The day-long event brought conservation leaders together to celebrate 50 years of the Endangered Species Act and to discuss a shared vision for the next 50 years of implementation, including how new investments from President Biden's Investing in America agenda can be leveraged to ensure the landmark law's continued success. Secretary Haaland, Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs Brian Newland, and other administration leaders this week addressed the annual meeting of the National Congress of American Indians Executive Council. In her remarks, the Secretary highlighted the progress made over the last 3 years, from the Federal Indian Boarding School Initiative to help address the intergenerational trauma of that experience, to a new department chapter recognizing the power of indigenous knowledge in decision-making, to the historic $45 billion investment in Indian country through President Biden's Investing in America agenda. Interior this week announced an historic agreement with the Klamath Tribes, Yurok Tribe, Karuk Tribe, and Klamath Water Users Association to advance collaborative efforts to restore the Klamath Basin ecosystem and improve water supply reliability for Klamath Project agriculture. The department also announced $72 million in funding from the Investing in America agenda that will support critical restoration work and drought resilience efforts. As part of the announcement, Interior unveiled the Klamath Basin Drought Resilience Keystone Initiative. That's a new effort to steward investments from President Biden's Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and Inflation Reduction Act to support a wide range of restoration activities across the Klamath Basin. Assistant Secretary for Fish and Wildlife and Parks Shannon Estenos wrapped up a visit to Tennessee this week. In Nashville and Memphis, she joined local leaders and community members to highlight the department's commitment to honoring the legacy and achievements of the Black community. She also announced the upcoming launch of a National Park Service study to evaluate sites associated with 8 lynchings that occurred between 1869 and 1940. Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for Land and Minerals Management Dr. Steve Felgus and Office of Surface Mining, Reclamation and Enforcement Principal Deputy Director Sharon Bacino traveled to Illinois this week. They announced $75.8 million in funding from the President's Investing in America agenda to address dangerous and polluting abandoned mine lands and catalyze economic opportunity in Illinois. They also toured 2 abandoned mineland sites that are benefiting from bipartisan infrastructure law funding and toured the Springfield Lutheran High School, where mine subsidence is causing structural damage to the buildings, including separating walls and sinking floors. The U.S. Geological Survey and its public and private partners this week marked the first World LIDAR Day. LIDAR, or light detection and ranging, uses pulses of light to determine the distance to an object's surface and hence its shape, leading to a variety of uses such as flood risk, forestry and wildlife management, aviation navigation and safety, critical mineral mapping, and much more. World LIDAR Day aims to raise awareness about the value of the technology. And our social media picture of the week, this awesome image of the Organ Mountains Desert Peaks National Monument in New Mexico. The mountains here soar up to 9,000 feet above the surrounding desert floor, which this time of year often wears a cool mantle of freshly fallen snow. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That's This Week at Interior.